sorry. That's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready. No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And I'm going to take a sledgehammer to this mixing board. There we go. See, it just needs to be threatened. You know, put it in its place. Dominated. Oh, damn mixing board. And it's one little knob that gives me all the problems. Well, just one knob. That's it. Oh, where are we? Huh. Let's see. I'm trying to still mess with this. Damn. My levels seem... There we go. All right. I think I got it. I think I can. Choo-choo. All right. As you can see, I'm in a really fucked up mood. Oh, just everybody overslept today. Everybody overslept. The wife and kid miss school and work. Sucks. But it's life. I had trouble falling back asleep. So I was like, I'm pretty awake. I'll stay up. Just about that time I finally fell asleep. Yeah, no, I'm almost overslept. Thank God my daughter was home today, because I would have missed. But I am here. Never fear. The Reaver is here. It was a pretty good weekend. It was actually nice. I don't want to say relaxing. We got some stuff done around the house. We got some yard work done. Just, it was nice. But it was nothing out of the ordinary. Pretty quiet. The birds were chirping. No, I ain't gonna go that friggin' far. Actually, I stayed away from all politics, too. Maybe I'm a bad boy for that, but kind of needed it. Kind of need that little recharge every now and then. I know people are like, well, you stayed away and that's a recharge. Yeah. When you're dealing with this crap day in and day out, it kind of wears you down after a while. I know I'm not the only one. I've talked to other people who do these types of shows, and they all say the same thing. They just need a recharge every now and then. It wears on you after a while. It really wears on you. It's a pain in the ass. I love doing it, but it's a pain in the ass after a while. Oh, boy. Now I'm hearing that it came, and I'll talk more tomorrow. Seems that a budget, that Congress has agreed to a budget, and they've given Trump his military spending, but it includes funding for Planned Parenthood. It includes funding for sanctuary cities, which I can understand right now because courts kind of have that tied up. But it gives Democrats every fucking thing they want and nothing that the American people want. And that's why Congress, these idiots are going to lose their damn job as well as they should. They're not listening. Trump's listening. Congress isn't. Republicans keep just bending over for the Democrats. And that's going to piss me off. They listen to the rhetoric of the Democrats. They should have stuck to their guns and let the Democrats shut the government down. I laugh because everybody still blames Ted Cruz for shutting the government down. No. I blame the Democrats. They always talk when they're not in power that we have to talk about the budget. We need a fair budget. We need to work together. Then when they have majority, it's screw you. So why are we even listening to the Democrats at this point? Somebody explain it to me like I am a 6-year-old child. And if you don't understand that, you haven't watched the movie Philadelphia. The 6-year-old child bit. Great movie. Gotta watch it. So, New Jersey Senator Mendez' ally, Salomon Melgen, found guilty on all 67 counts of Medicare fraud. The Post, or the Palm Beach Post, just reported Melgen was convicted of all 67 counts. A prominent Florida eye doctor has been convicted on all counts in his Medicare fraud trial, raising the possibility he could be pressured to testify in the bribery trial of New Jersey Democratic Senator Bob Mendez, said the Associated Press on Friday. Now, Mendez has a trial coming up. He already tried getting out of it using that he's a senator to get out of it. But the judge said, nope, you're going to trial. Prosecutors contend that the 62-year-old Melgen stole up to $105 million from the federal insurance program between 2008 and 2013 by giving patients treatment and tests that couldn't help them. That is $105 million. Whew. They had a good system going there. It's funny how that doctor knew exactly what to do, how to get away with government program. Yeah, I'm thinking he had some help there. Now, Melgen's attorney argued that any billing issues were simply mistakes. A $105 million mistake. Oh, geez, I make those all the time. Just a simple $105 mistake. Oh, man. I'm sure everybody else has made that mistake, too. I mean, it's a simple $105 million mistake. You can't make this shit up, people. Oh, man. I'm And it was reported that the testimony presented by the prosecutor's expert medical witness during the trial was very damaging, while the testimony of his own defense witnesses backfired. The jury announced the verdict after its third day of deliberation. On April 1st, 2015, Melgen and his friend and political contribution beneficiary, Senator Robert Mendez, were indicted on charges of public corruption. 2 weeks later, on April 15th, Melgen was indicted on 76 charges of Medicare fraud. Prosecutors said Melgen attempted to bilk the health care program out of as much as $190 million. Now, Senator Mendez, of course, is saying he's going to run for re-election in 2013. And, of course, the residents of New Jersey are so ill-advised on their politicians. And, yeah, they are ill-advised. They don't pay attention to this stuff. And corruption in New Jersey is kind of like a pastime. Don't forget they call me Jersey Joe for a reason. Why? Because I'm from New Jersey. I've seen this shit go on. He'll probably win re-election. That scares the crap out of me. It's not too good. Not good, people. This man it is not the first time Mendez has been trouble with federal government. He was investigated over flying out of country to have sex with little boys, if memory serves me correct. Now, I want to look that up. Make sure I'm not accusing the man of something he didn't do. Yep. Bob Mendez, underage prostitution allegation. This has gone on several times, this investigation. Guess what? New Jersey still keeps reelecting him. Emails show FBI investigating Senator Bob Mendez for sleeping with underage Dominican prostitutes. This was back in 2013. Documents published online for the first time Thursday indicate that FBI opened an inquiry into New Jersey. Democratic Senator Bob Mendez focuses on repeated trips he took to the Dominican Republic with a long-time campaign contribution. Someone that gave him money. And Miami eye doctor Salomon Melgen. It would seem that these two have been up to a lot of bad things for a while now. Melgen is now facing life in prison. He will have reason to consider cooperating with prosecutors as they present their case against Mendez. And that would be the case I'm pretty sure not just the fraud case, but the prostitution case. Now, Mendez is screaming this has no bearing whatsoever on him, but the two, it seems, have been connected at the hip. So, about that, yeah. I do feel that it's connected. About that, yeah. It's funny how people think they can get away with whatever they want. It's itsy bitsy spider. I don't know. It's smelling a little weird when it comes to Bob Mendez. Seems he thinks he's a Democrat. He's a senator. He can do whatever the hell he wants. Too many investigations into the senator. And then a lot of these started under Obama. And it seems that they weren't squashed. So it seems either A, he doesn't have the political power that he thought he might have, or B, he's so damn guilty, not even Obama could protect him. It's a weird, I tell you. I mean, he has tried everything to shut down the investigation into him. I think he went so far as to scream that he's a senator, and he tried to use some old law that would claim that he couldn't be prosecuted. We need to really need to look into our government and look at revamping pretty much our government top to bottom, because there's too much shit going on. Our politicians are broke. Our government isn't broken. Our politicians are broken. It's I don't know. We need to step up and do something before our government gets worse than it already is. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, and we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplains.dailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cat for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. So Schumer this weekend on Fox News Sunday, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer said if President Donald Trump were to change, Democrats could work with him. If he were to change, he would be a Democrat at that point. Jeez. If he were to change. If he were to change. Jiminy crickets, people. Schumer said the bottom line is very simple. The president, if he works with us, particularly on issues like trade and infrastructure, we can work. But on the issues so far, trade, taxes, and health care, he doesn't consult us at all. You are the minority. You didn't consult the Republicans when they were the minority. You are the minority, Chuck Schumer. He doesn't have to consult you. God, I hope that they take that House, or excuse me, the Senate in 2018, and they just push the Senate, the Democrats, into nothingness, so we can get some adult work done. Oh my God. If he were to change and work with us. You know, if Obama would have changed and worked with the Republicans, maybe more would have got done. It's unbelievable. If pigs could fly, maybe we wouldn't have bacon. He also went on, Schumer went on, he's not governing from the middle, he's governing from the hard right. That's why his regime has had hardly any major success with the exception of Gorsuch. If he changes, we can work together, but he can't just dictate what he wants. You mean like Obama did, you jackass? You mean exactly like Obama did. If he would have went more to the middle and stopped governing from the hard left, maybe his regime wouldn't have had such a hard time. I love how when the left is in charge, the right needs to shut up. But when the right's in charge, we need to go to middle ground. We got to work together. Together we work together. Oh my God, shut the I want to it's absolutely amazing on the goal of some of these politicians. He has nothing to say, so he just comes up with a bunch of rhetoric. If he were to change. If pigs could fly. I don't understand that statement. That's just like idiotic, moronic. He's getting torn down. He's getting made to look like an idiot. So he's going to start his rhetoric and try to make it seem like he's doing something successful. Well, 2018 is just around the corner, people. '18 is going to decide whether we can get this country back going, or we got to deal with more of this bullshit. It's unbelievable what it is. I cannot believe that he's out there. But then again, I can. Now, Trump was out there, and his comments on CBS Face the Nation on Sunday was the Senate Majority Chuck Leader had turned out to be a bad leader and was hurting the country. He was asked, how he thinks things are going. And he said, well, I think things generally tend to go a little bit slower than you'd like them to go. And Dickerson asked him why. Trump responded, just a system. It's just a very, very bureaucratic system. I think the rules in Congress, and in particular the rules in the Senate, are unbelievably archaic and slow-moving, and in many cases unfair. In many cases, you're forced to make deals that are not the deal you'd make. You make a much different kind of a deal. You're forced into situations that you hate to be forced into. I also learned, and this is very sad because we have a country that we have to take care of. The Democrats have been totally obstructionist. Chuck Schumer has turned out to be a bad leader. He's a bad leader for the country, and the Democrats are extremely obstructionist. All they do is obstruct. All they do is delay. Even a Supreme Court justice, as you know, who I think is going to be outstanding, Justice Gorsuch, I think that it was disgraceful the way they handled it. But, I still have people. I'm waiting for them to be approved. Our chief trade negotiator. We can't get these people through. Dickerson, I want to get to, and Trump interrupts, said they are obstructionists, and you know what that's hurting? It's hurting the country. And that's all the Democrats are doing. That's all they're doing. That's all they can do, is try to make as much problems as possible. It's same old rhetoric, time and time again. And again, 2018 is going to be a good measuring stick to tell us whether the country is approving what Schumer's doing or not. And it's going to let us know whether the country wants more of the Democrat Party bullshit, or do they want to fix this country? I think it's 23 Democrats are up for re-election. 8 or 9? Half the flip. And even if there's a flip, they still won't get it. They still won't understand why they not getting elected like they were. I mean, I'm trying to find the article. Give me 1 second. Damn, where did it go? The House Democrats are concealing a 2016 election autopsy from the public. House Democrats this week buried a report analyzing the party failings in the 2016 from the party's members. Politico has revealed. After a 5-month wait, Representative Sean Patrick Maloney, a Democrat from New York, presented his findings to lawmakers at a members-only event at the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee headquarters Thursday night. The report detailed both the reasons behind Hillary Clinton's defeat in the presidential election and the party's failure to win back control of Congress. However, the report was only accessible to roughly 24 lawmakers who attended, while members were not allowed to take copies of the report and could only view it under the supervision of the DCCC staff. During the report's presentation, Maloney reportedly focused on how the Democrat machine raises money and its spreading of resources rather than their political messaging or policy position. The report also recommended that the DCCC improve its research methods and tighten its media operation, as well as employ a more diverse range of political consultant. It did not single out any particular figure for criticism. Some Democrats criticized the secrecy surrounding the report, suggesting it made Maloney's findings look worse than they actually are. The DCCC spokeswoman, Meredith Kelly, denied the claims and said, like any healthy organization, the DCCC always works to evolve and grow after each election cycle. And we were happy to have Congressman Maloney as part of that effort this year. This analysis is based on strategic information about the organization and is meant for internal purpose, not public consumption. Meanwhile, revelations from a recent book analyzing Hillary Clinton's failed campaign suggest that her campaign was dogged by infighting, poor organization, and a lack of any convincing message. A report followed the 2016 election found that Clinton had ample financial resources, spending a total of $1.2 billion on her failed campaign. $1.2 billion goddamn dollars. Holy Hannah. It was worse than I thought it was. Holy. I'm still. Holy for holy. It's a lot of goddamn money. I just can't believe that. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, and we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying Catherine is stupid, bro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. Oh, boy. This country's really off its rocker of late. And my personal opinion, Democrat Party is falling apart big time. They don't know what the hell they're doing. And I'm going to get more into that in a minute. But, damn, I just think they've lost their rocker. They've gone cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Where am I? They just Speaking at a rally in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Saturday, President Donald Trump discussed the severe decline in illegal immigration under his presidency. I love it. I'm not shocked. I'm a little, whoa, damn, that's good. 73% it's down. Down 73%. That cut the flow real quick. Just him getting elected cut the flow. Following his assurance that a wall will be constructed along the Mexican border, President Trump spoke over the chance to build that wall, saying, "We have done so well at the border. A lot of people are saying, wow, maybe the president doesn't need the wall. We need the wall to stop the drugs and human trafficking. We need the wall. And in just 100 days, we have taken historic steps to secure our border, impose needed immigration control like you have never seen before." I haven't seen a president step in like this in a long, long, long time. And it's beautiful. Happy. We got a president that's finally protecting our borders. Finally, a president that has the balls to step up. A president that is worried about us before the foreigners. He also continued and said that we have properly screened and vetted those seeking administration and admission into our country. Administration. Holy shit. Oh, I can see it's going to be one of those days. Stammering and stuttering. They're going to come in because they love our country. We are not taking them otherwise. We are operating on a very simple principle that our immigration system should put the needs of American workers and American families, American companies, and American citizens first. That is not a hard concept to understand. It really isn't. The crowd cheered as Trump continued, "I have appointed a great military general, John Kelly, to lead the Department of Homeland Security." President Trump then outlined one of his many achievements since his election. Since my election, we have already achieved an unprecedented 73% reduction and illegal crossings on our southern border. The greatest reduction in the history of our country, and we just started. The world is getting a message. Oh, it's getting a message. If you try to illegally enter the United States, you will be caught, detained, deported, or put in prison, and it will happen. Trump's comment on the decline in illegal immigration was corroborated by Political Effect earlier this month. His statements on the issue received a true rating. The website stated, Trump said illegal immigration on the U.S. border is the lowest in 17 years. And the Border Patrol data supports Trump's claim. In March, holy shnikes. In March, Border Patrol recorded 12,193 apprehensions at the southwest border, the lowest in at least 17 years. Trump went on as I campaigned across this country. I met with grieving mothers, fathers of children who had been killed. viciously killed, violently killed by illegal immigrants, and I made them a promise. We will protect American lives. Your family members will not have died in vain. Last week, we opened an office to support the victims of immigration crime called Voice to make sure that no American victim is ever ignored again. It's not going to happen, people. It's to have a president. He is more personable. I don't think. I mean, he's a billionaire, yes. As I've said before, I know people that have met him. Said he is, yes, a hard ass. He knows what he needs done, and he can be a hard ass to get that done. But at the same time, he worried about his workers. He worried about safety and was not worried about spending money to make sure that his workers were safe. So I could see him caring about the American people. I really can see him caring about the American people like no other president has. And it's funny because I was talking to a neighbor of mine, and he's from New York, and I'm from New Jersey. So, we were sitting there bullshitting about this, about his attitude, his manners, what he says, how he says, and it doesn't faze both me and my neighbor. We're used to it. It does not bother us. He's not some brash person. He is a Northeastern. He is a New York, New Jersey person. That's how we speak. We're outright. We say what we think. We don't cover it up. We don't sugarcoat it. I mean, I try to be nice on the program because I know people are at work. You can't always have me cussing and screaming in your speaker. I understand that, so I try to curtail it just a little bit. Just a little bit, I try. But it's the brashness. We say what we think and think what we say. And we're not afraid. If it offends you, we don't give a shit. Life's too short to worry about that shit, people. You got to get things done. And trying to worry about if I say this the wrong way, will I offend somebody? Is this going to hurt someone's feelings? Who gives a shit? If you're that... And I'm not talking family and stuff. There is a time and a place, but I have no problem with Trump, with how he says and what he says. That's what the Democrats try to cause the problem with. But they have no problem with their chairman, the DNC chairman, the way he speaks and acts. I mean, he's brought a little disruption into the party. He's brought a little more civil war. I mean, there's already a civil war, whether you want to admit it or not. There is issues within the Democrat Party. Why? Because you got a bunch of them. I don't even want to say a bunch. You got a group. You have a group that's pushing for this extreme left-hand policy. And it's pissing off the country how far they're pushing. And they're losing elections. Now you got Tom Perez announcing that pro-lifers are not welcome in his party. And it's planted the seed of rebellion amongst some Democrats and sharpened the view that the party is now primarily defined by its embrace of abortion demand. I mean, it's ridiculous how that has consumed the party. You have to be lockstep in that party, or you're not going to be welcomed in that party. There was only one other group I knew doing, well, I'm not going to go there. I'm going to leave it at that. It's this lockstep. Everybody has to blindly agree is kind of scary, people. Kind of scary. But as I said, Prez went on that every Democrat, like every American, should support a woman's right to make her own choice about her body and her health. Prez said, as the Huffington Post reported, that is not negotiable and should not change city by city, state by state. And that's going to a comment that I think it was Bernie Sanders, that you're going to get some difference in philosophies amongst the Democrats, depending whether in the South, North, where they are. And Prez didn't like that, and that's his comment, that it should not change city by city, state by state. Prez's comment came after the DNC decided to support Heath Milo in the Omaha, Nebraska mayoral race. Milo, it was discovered, had previously voted in the state legislature consistent with his personal pro-life view. In response, NARAL pro-choice president released the following statement. The action today by the DNC to embrace and support a candidate for office who will strip women, one of the most critical constituents for the party, of our... God damn it. There it goes again. Bump the board, and I think I got it back. Hells. All right. This drives me nuts. All right, one of the most critical constituencies for the party of our basic right and freedom is not only disappointing, it is politically stupid. Today's actions makes this so-called fight back tour look more like a, god damn it, throwback tour for women and our rights. If Democrats think the path forward following the 26th election is to support candidates who substitute their own judgment and ideology for that of their female constituents, they have learned all the wrong lessons and are bound to lose. It's not possible to have an authentic conversation about economic security for women that does not include our ability to decide when and how we have children. Very simple. There's a lot of birth control out there. One of them's keeping your fucking legs shut. And you won't have to worry about getting pregnant. I'm getting tired of this mandate on abortion. They don't want people to have to pay for their, or step up in responsibility for their actions. Democrats always scream about gun control. If it saves one child. If it saves one child. No, they don't give a shit about fucking children. Or they want to be pushing abortion as a major issue nonstop down everybody's throat. They don't give a shit about the little guy. Because how about that little guy that's in the womb that they want to abort? Listen, there's time for abortion. And I know piss people off for saying that. There's medical reasons. But this is they don't want people to be responsible. This is not about making choices. This is about making irresponsible choices. We'll catch more after break. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right after these brief messages.
listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplains.dailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying Catholic is stupid, bro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guy. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.-ish. Eastern Standard Time. I really think the Democrat Party is in a full destruction mode. Full meltdown. How can they destroy themselves even worse than they have? They're bitching about a mayoral race in Omaha, Nebraska, a mayor's race where the mayor has a pro-life stance. A personal pro-life view, I should say. And now they're freaking out. And Perez is saying that if you do not have a pro-life stance, they will not allow you in the party. What they're going to do is push more people to the RNC. It's a self-destruction, and they're shooting themselves in the foot. And it's almost funny if it wasn't so sad. If it wasn't so sad, it would be funny. But they're shooting themselves in the foot. They don't care. They got this mindset that they are the majority in this country. That is what everybody wants. Everybody wants this progressive. Well, you know what? Since Obama started pushing that crap, they have been losing elections, losing massive amount of seats. Doesn't that tell you that's not what the American people want? Seriously, it's not what they want. Otherwise, Obama and the Democrats would have stayed in power. I mean, it's a basic concept. If people wanted that more, they really wanted this progressive bullshit, they would have voted in more Democrats like him. Hillary Clinton would have won the election. The American people don't want this bullshit. They're tired of it. And the Democrats right now seem to be too stupid to understand that. Keep fighting a fight that they keep losing. And instead of shaking it up, they want to see how much further they can go down the rabbit hole. Great. Make it easier. I'm happy with that. Make it easier. Go ahead. Be a dumbass. Be that dumbass. I don't understand it. There seems to be no logic behind it. A friggin' mayor's race is where they're going to freak out at. A mayor's race. Yeah. They're going to cause a big stir over a local. That is showing just how desperate they are. Democrats' decision to dig their hole even deeper regarding comments to abortion on demand has many wondering how the party will survive since suffering significant unexpected losses in the 2016 election, the 2014 election, the 2012 election, the 2010 election. According to the Atlantic, Democrats are now newly divided as they attempt to decide who they will welcome and who they will exclude, amid soul-searching over how the party should rebuild after its 2016 loss. And they're not doing any soul-searching. It's How much deeper can we go? They're just going down that rabbit hole. I know I keep saying it. They just keep going deeper and deeper. Sooner or later, that rabbit hole collapses in on itself, and you never get out. But sometimes that's a good thing. If a rabbit is that stupid, do you really want that rabbit alive? And I'm not talking literal death for Democrats. It's a figurative speech. So before anybody goes, oh my God. Oh, I just don't need that knock on the door. Can we have a conversation with you? Because you know how Democrats right now are listening to they got people who are paid to listen to shows like mine and to find complaints at every turn they can. They got to twist it, they'll twist it. They don't care. They are trying to get every conservative off air. That is their mission. Because they can silence us. They can spread their lies without any interruption. Without any opposition. And that's what they're looking for. I won't be shutting up anytime soon. It's hard to shut my dumb ass up. And I will continue to push this message. I will continue to argue against Chuck Schumer. I will continue to argue against the likes of Perez. Hell, I could do a better party with the Democrats right now. Then again, a monkey could do better than Perez right now. Cat. A mouse could do better. And it's not good, the path that they're going. And I can't say it enough. This abortion on demand, not because I'm against abortion, it's just you're pushing, and I don't think it's that smart how they're pushing. You're going to piss off a lot of people. You're pissing off middle America, which they've already done. Do you really want to piss them off more? It's like they're trying to destroy the party. How far can we send this party down? How far can we go before the party just totally collapses? It just doesn't make sense. Now you got the party has attempted to portray itself as built upon moral, upright virtues such as diversity and inclusiveness, yet Perez's statement clearly demands the opposite. Outright, Perez just kind of It's a lockstep. Now, the party has attempted the diversity is what makes our party great. Texas Democrat Henry Sellier told CNSnews.com in response to Perez's statement that support of abortion is not negotiable. It seems the people that actually, the politicians, think different than their leader. High-level Democrats attempted to soften Perez's exclusionary message. I couldn't disagree more with what Tom Perez said. I think it's not correct that our party should have litmus tests about who wants to join our party. Pro-abortion rights. Senator Claire McCaskill said in response to the DNC chairman's announcement, as reported by The Atlantic, we may disagree on various issues, and I just don't think we should say ever anyone is not welcome in our party based on one of those issues. What Mr. Perez says makes no sense to me, objected Senator Joe Donnelly from Indiana, I think, who identifies personally as pro-life. This is a deeply personal issue, and we should be about respecting one another. Yeah, doesn't seem like Perez is respecting anything other than his own agenda. Hey, maybe his agenda is, well, Obama's not here. Let's see how bad we can fuck this place up. I don't know. I don't understand the logic behind his actions. It's more destructive than helpful. Just doesn't make sense. It just... I don't know. I'm sitting here trying to think of why you would say such an asinine statement. And I can't come up with a good reason to do that. Now, real quick, Schumer also was out there on Friday on MSNBC saying that a lot of Democrats could beat President Donald Trump in 2020 presidential election. Isn't that cute? He thinks a lot of them could beat him. They said the same thing during the 2016 election. Their top candidate couldn't beat him. So if they thought they had candidates that could beat them, where were they? Now, in the transcript, it goes on that Hunt, I would like one short answer to this question. Who in the Democrat Party can beat President Trump in 2020? Schumer answers, lots of people. Hunt's reply, a lot of people, one name. And Schumer says, I'm not going to pick a name. If he continues at the rate, Hunt continues, who is the leader of the Democrat Party? You? We have a bunch of leaders. I'm the leader of the Senate and trying to represent the Democrat Party, but we have a bunch of good voices. It's much too mature to handicap 2020, but I'll tell you this. If the president continues this way, there is even a chance we could take back the Senate. Yeah. There's always a chance for everything, but it seems more a pipe dream right now on what he's saying than being reality. And sorry, it's the truth. Sometimes the truth hurts. But he couldn't even come up with one name. He couldn't come up with one single name. Why? Because they don't know who could beat him, and they know it. He couldn't come up with really any name on who the leader of the party is because they don't have a leader. They are leaderless right now. They are drifting. I know Perez is the leader of the DNC. You have Nancy Pelosi, who's leader of the House. Democrats, and Schumer is the leader of the Senate, Democrats. But they have no main leader. Back when Obama was running for office, he was the leader of that party. He gave them the stability, whether I like him or not. He gave them some stability. He gave them a message. He put them on a path. This is where we're going. They knew what was going on. Since his election, there really is no leadership. You had Pelosi doing whatever she wanted on one end. You had Reed doing his business on the other end, not working together. I mean, it seems that there's no direct leadership going on. Now, I'm not on the inside of the party, but the optics on the outside says there's a lot more problems than what we see. A lot more problems. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, and we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplansdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying Catherine is stupid, bro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. And we have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Boy, oh, boy. It's going to be a weird day. I can tell you that. I don't understand the liberal mind right now. Josh Whedon, listen, I love the guy's movies, but I cannot watch him anymore. I cannot watch him anymore. I can't. Especially when he does dumbass shit like this, it just makes me wonder what the hell. Has he lost his mind? Is this the real mindset of this liberal movement? This do as I say, not as I do type bullshit? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, Mr. Wheeldon has shot his mouth off again. Pulled the gun out. Cocked it. In his foot. Oh, I shot myself in my foot. It's idiocy. Hollywood director Josh Whedon faced heat on Twitter this past Thursday after he sexualized and mocked a meeting between Paul Ryan and a group of young cancer survivors. Cancer survivors, and this cocksucker is out there making political comments. These underage girls also, and making sexual type comments towards them. Tonight on White House Wife Hunt, Donnie makes host Paul Ryan give 2 more contestants not a 10 card. This is what Wheeldon wrote on Twitter, along with the pictures of the meeting that showed 2 young girls with Ryan. Not funny. And this guy, it's not the first time he's made asinine comments. And he doesn't even apologize or even try to say, shit, I screwed up. You know, I tried to make a joke and it backfired. No, he just makes his comments and goes. The original post made by Ryan explained that the photograph captured a meeting between teens who shared some powerful stories with me about their fight against childhood cancer. That was from Paul Ryan. Advocacy is not limited to adults. These Wisconsin teens shared some powerful stories with me about their fight against childhood cancer. But the Avenger director and Buffy the Vampire Slayer creator quickly faced criticism for his post, even being accused of sexualizing young girls in an attempt to attack Donald Trump. At Josh, I love you, but these are like teen girls you just put down. Play fair, insult the adults, but putting down girls is not your thing. No, that was from Muzzle Steed. Yeah, it is his thing. His thing is he could say anything. He is a rich director. He doesn't give a shit what you think. He doesn't give a shit what anybody thinks. He is an elite. He can do and say whatever he wants in his mind. As long as he's attacking the right, that's all that matters. At Josh, dude, they're childhood cancer survivor. What the hell is wrong with you? That's how low the left is going. They're attacking cancer survivors. Anything and everything to try to take a swipe at the right. And they're just swinging wildly in the dark. And that's a bad thing to do. Another person wrote, look, man, I hate Trump, but these are kids, and this joke is way missing the mark. Those are cancer patients at Josh, and some are underage. What is wrong with you? Teenage cancer survivors. This is sick stuff you see in Hollywood. What else does Josh do? As young cancer survivors, they look a hell of a lot better than your Nicole Kidman Ginger Baker mashup. Showed a picture of him when he was younger. Only you could turn a meeting with young cancer survivors into a meme, you despicable human being. As of when this article was written, the post is still on Twitter, and Wielden, who is a vocal left-wing and anti-Trump activist, has yet to apologize. As I said, this is not the first time. Last year, Wielden expressed his partisanship, declaring that Trump cannot be allowed a term in office. Before, he also assembled a group of actors from his popular Avenger movies for an anti-Trump campaign advertisement. In January, Wielden compared Ivanka Trump to a dog. While in the same month, he also announced that he wanted a rhino to fuck Paul Ryan to death. That's the left for you. Right there sums up their whole mentality. They're going down a very, very, very bad road. That didn't sound good. I don't know. I just do not know. They're not thinking. They think, as I said, they could say anything in their minds. They're above everything. They're above listening to anyone. It's, I don't know. I'm sick and tired of the Democrats and their actions. That's why I want to see such defeats. I want to see them squirming after the 2018. I want to see them lose a shit ton of seats come election night. Watch them lose the Senate. Hand over super majority control and just sit there and laugh watching it. And I honestly feel if they keep going down this road, that is where they're headed. That's exactly what they're headed for. A lost exactly like that. And they don't give a rat's ass. They'll blame it on some excuse. The sun was in their eyes. Their butt plug fell out. I don't know. They'll come up with some excuse on why if they lose big time. They'll call everybody racist, I guess, again. That's always a good one for them to do. I've never seen politicians before ever attack the American voter to this past election. And now it's like open season. Hey, it's Democrats. They can say what they want. So a challenge to Trump's sanctuary city policy is Supreme Court bound. A federal court in California dealt President Donald Trump another legal setback on Tuesday in its effort to combat the illegal aliens, blocking an executive order that denies federal funds to sanctuary cities. Of course, California judge is going to do that because it's going to hurt California financially. The issue appears eventually destined for a Supreme Court showdown. The president issued executive order on January 25th, 2017. The order instructed the Department of Justice and Homeland Security to deny federal grant money for local law enforcement activities to cities, counties that refuse to cooperate with federal government in dealing with illegal aliens. This cooperation typically consists of reporting certain types of illegal alien criminal activity to Washington or agreeing to detain illegal aliens who are in jail long enough for federal agents to pick them up and deport them out of this country. Seems simple, seems reasonable. Nope. Various cities and counties are suing the Trump administration in federal court, arguing that executive order is unconstitutional. Two of those cases are currently before Judge Ulrich of the United States District Court for the Northern District of California, and one brought by San Francisco County and another Santa Clara County. Even though the federal government has not yet defined sanctuary jurisdictions or specified exactly what federal funds they would forfeit, and therefore that the EO is not yet in effect, Judge Ulrich issued a preliminary injunction in those two cases on Tuesday in what he is called a pre-enforcement challenge. The defunding provision is entirely inconsistent with the law in that it states stated purpose and directive because it instructs the Attorney General and Secretary to do something that only Congress has the authority to do, place new condition on federal funds. Now, I could be wrong on this, but I seem to remember that when you sign on to take federal funding, you agreed to certain stipulations. It is not constitutional. Nowhere in the Constitution does it say the federal government has to give states money. Nowhere. So it's they picked and choose. They went judge shopping. They know which judge to go to get which ruling. And that is getting really disgusting. Our judges are supposed to be bipartisan, or excuse me, they shouldn't have any opinions. But these liberal judges, And liberals, they don't give a shit about the fucking law. They don't care about the law. And we've seen them ignore law in the past time and time and time again. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, and we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying half of the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless, or at least an attempt to. This end game, I don't know what the Democrats have. I don't know what their end game is. But it's not good. Not good at all. I don't understand the fascination with protecting a criminal group. And that's what Democrats keep doing time and time again. Protecting a criminal group. Protecting cartels. Protecting terrorists. Time and time again. And I'm not the only one that sees it like that. I know many of people that see it like that. Well, one good thing we have, last couple of days before Obama went bye-bye, he banned drilling. Well, Trump has reversed Obama's last days of drilling bans. Oh, and what's funny is I recently heard Democrats again bitching about Trump using executive orders. And Trump's using executive orders to rescind Obama's executive orders. So, really, I don't want to hear shit out of the Democrats about that. Well, you complain about executive order, now Trump's using them. Yeah, he's using them to reverse what your leader did. And President Trump on Friday signed a new executive order on an American-first offshore energy strategy as he proclaimed it's going to lead to a lot of great wealth for our country and a lot of great jobs for our country. And it's really not hard. As long as we don't allow these inspectors to become so corrupt, you just may wind up with some prosperous times. Drilling offshore, yes, it does have some issues that could pop up, but it has more pros than cons. As long as regulations are followed, as long as safety protocols are followed, it will work out fine. Drilling offshore can be very prosperous in the United States, can help us with our energy issues. And at the same time, just simply caution to be used. It's that simple. It's somebody with it. It's simple, people here. Very simple. You follow the rules. And when they talk about the Horizon accident, if you look at it, there was a lot of rules that weren't followed. A lot of regulations that were ignored. inspectors were not on their toes. And if they were, that accident could have been prevented. It's like I said, it very easily prevented. So as long as we're a little cautious and don't let money get 100% in the way, we can be prosperous. We can become energy self-sufficient. It just takes some common sense. That's all. Just a little bit of common sense. Oh, where are we? There we go. Oh, this is going to be funny. On Monday, International Workers' Day, protesters will fill the National Mall and the streets of cities everywhere to protest what they call the federal government's deportation machine and demand civil rights reserved for citizens be bestowed upon illegal immigrants. So these illegals want to band together, come together, and protest. Number one, you tried that already once this year, and it really wasn't that great. In fact, there was a lot of people who lost their damn jobs over it because they decided to go protest instead of going to work. They decided to do the strike thing instead of work. What they also are not exactly understanding is you're going to put a large group of illegal aliens in one area in the heart of federal government of Washington, D.C., where it will be easy to deport them. How dumb can you be to come up? Well, maybe it's, a secret Republican idea. Hey, let's get them to come together, and we're going to have them protest all together, these illegal aliens. And we're going to have them come to Washington, D.C. We're going to have them come to us. We won't have to go hunt them. They're going to come to us. And that would be great, wouldn't it? Okay, let's do it. But it's not even that they're demanding a pathway anymore. They're demanding, all the rights us Americans have, us citizens have. That it's their right to have them. No, you're not a citizen. They're demanding a lot of stuff that isn't bestowed because you're not a citizen. You're here illegally. And I'm sorry. They already showed that they're willing to break laws, and they're not trustworthy. They might be nice people, but they broke the laws. And I know a lot of Hispanics that feel the same way. They have relatives that have come to the country. They spent money, buku bucks, to become an American citizen. And they don't believe that these people who came in here illegally should be given citizenship. Come here, break the law, and demand citizenship. And that's what they're doing. And now they're going to strike. All it does is show who's the illegal immigrants. It's... you cared so much, you would have came here legally. If you cared so much, you wouldn't have done it the illegal way. I think that's a pretty basic concept. To be here the proper way solves all the problems. And with that, I want to wish everybody a great day. Thank you for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same channel. That's shrmedia.com at 11 o'clock. Peace. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.